Good morning, my little nerds. I am Dr. Shereene Idriss, a cosmetic dermatologist based in New York City, and welcome to our YouTube channel. If you've never been here before, there's somebody sitting over there, and it's very awkward because I'm talking to a phone. But if you've never been here before, please feel free to do a deep dive into the black hole deep end of skincare, because I have dozens of videos covering dozens of topics that will hopefully help you help yourselves in the long run. So if you haven't woken up already, let us wake up
and get your pens and papers,
because we are going to do a deep dive into a skincare ingredient du jour, also known as Panthenol. I swear to God, I'm getting stares, but I do not care. All right, pens, papers. I just did these notepads for the office, and very excited to do this with all of you. Today, my friends, we are gonna cover Panthenol, because a few weeks ago I was interviewed for a news outlet on this ingredient as a new buzzworthy ingredient, which I thought was interesting because it's not that new, but it is buzzworthy because I do think it deserves its own time in the sun, and HA needs to now die because it's enough. SEO, that's actually, do you know why all these brands have HA so they can claim they have HA in their products? Because of search engine optimization. So when people look up HA, because it's a buzzworthy ingredient, the beauty industry has put millions of dollars behind this ingredient. Brands want to make sure that they're on the bandwagon so that once you search it, they can also pop up. That's honestly a big reason why a lot of brands carry it. But Panthenol is not as sexy, and it's been around for a while. And I'm gonna give you guys a tip. You know, there's a hair care commercial where people go like this, and all of a sudden you see like the sheen in the hair, and then they go like this. Do you guys know what hair care commercial I'm talking about? Crickets? Pantene Pro V. Do you know what the Pro V stands for? Pro Vitamin B5. Do you know what Pro Vitamin B5 is? Panthenol. There is a whole hair care line dedicated to this ingredient. So it's definitely a tried and true, and definitely one worth your attention, because it can definitely help you this winter season. So let's take a step back. What exactly is Panthenol? As I just mentioned, it is also known as Pro Vitamin B5, aka butanamide, aka panthenol alcohol, aka dexopanthenol, and I will write these all over here. And these are actually precursors. So once applied to the skin, they get converted to vitamin B5, which is pantothenic acid. Oof, okay. I have allergies, I don't have COVID. Okay, but so do not worry, I did not contaminate you. But pantothenic acid is a type of vitamin B. There's actually 8 different kinds of vitamin Bs, okay? And there's 3 major ones that are used for skincare, hair care. And the 3 big ones are, like we're about to talk about, Panthenol, which is vitamin B5. There's vitamin B3, which is the very famous niacinamide. And then there is vitamin B7, which is biotin. So we're gonna focus today on the B5. The molecular weight of Panthenol, and remember when I was talking about glycerin, how you want something that's nice and small and skinny that can go nice and deep? Panthenol is at 205. It is smaller than 500 Daltons. So it follows the 500 Dalton rule of being able to go deep through your stratum corneum, down to your epidermis, and a little bit deeper, okay? And recent studies have actually shown that because of its ability to go deep, it also has an ability to help proliferate fibroblasts. It is an ingredient that helps to catalyze and push fibroblast proliferation. Why is that important? That is important because fibroblasts help secrete collagen, and having that proliferation, that healthy stimulation of fibroblasts, help to maintain a firm and well-structured skin barrier. When you have a firm and well-structured skin barrier, your skin barrier is intact. It is less likely to dry out. It is less likely to be cracked. It is less likely to be chewed up, and therefore it is more likely to look better and have better bounce and elasticity. So because of this, Panthenol has also been proven to help with wound healing. So if you have a cut or a scrape, putting something that is rich in this provitamin B5 can actually help your wound heal better. And I will talk about a few of my favorite products on the market that you guys can use as well. Additionally, what else does it do? So fibroblast proliferation, but the beauty of Panthenol is that it is not only a humectant. So by going down deep, it helps to attract water and hold on to water. Holding onto water gives more hydration to the skin. It is also an emollient, and an emollient helps to smooth and soften the skin by sealing in all the cracks. This helps to improve the moisture retention of your skin. So we have fibroblast proliferation, improving moisture retention of your skin because it is both an emollient as well as a humectant. It has also, interestingly, anti-inflammatory properties, which makes sense because if your skin barrier is intact, it's less likely to be prone to inflammation. So if you're somebody with atopic dermatitis, I didn't have my coffee. Atopic dermatitis, allergic contact dermatitis. If you've had sun exposure and you're inflamed, using Panthenol will calm things down. And it also does help with the aging process because it's keeping your skin intact and you're more prone to looking ruddier or looking quote unquote older, which is not a bad thing. It really isn't. Some people look way better older than they did when they were younger. But it helps to kind of maintain your fluff and your puff and your plumpiness. And so that is the beauty of Panthenol, at least for the skin. Side note, it also helps with the nails. There was a study that showed that at 2% concentration of 2% Panthenol in any concentration of solution can help with your nails and hold onto your nail plate, making it better and stronger. So that is also interesting. And I do have a product for nails that does contain Panthenol. And then, like I said, for hair, it leaves you with softer, fuller, more elastic looking hair. So if you're not convinced, we're going to do a quick dive into products that I really love with Panthenol, starting with my personal favorite, La Roche-Posay, which I use every winter, and it's no surprise because it is Cicaplast Baume B5. B5 standing for vitamin B5, which we're talking about today. This is an amazing product for very, very dry skin, people with chapped, irritated skin. This is a baby for you, especially in the winters, as the heaters go up and the air gets drier and your skin just wants to go. This one is beautiful. I actually, and I will do a video for you guys, do a face basting with this, where my face literally looks like this, and I let it sit at night and eventually let it just kind of melt in. And over 5-10 minutes, this melts in and there's no residual whiteness because there is a little bit of zinc in this, which also helps with any sort of inflammation. So if you have an irritation or any sort of cut or scrape as well, this is also a beautiful product to use. So here's number one. Number two, we have this one, Cica Biafine, which is a French brand. And Biafine is a great brand out there so if you have any sort of burn. I give this to my patients all the time. I can't prescribe it because it's not prescription, but there are certain outlets in New York City that have them. There is a pharmacy in the Chelsea area that carries it. There's also online, frenchpharmacy.com, that I trust to carry this as well. But this one is loaded in Panthenol, and it is something that helps heal any sort of burn, like literally half the time. It is very thick, and it's more of like, it has more of a translucent ointmenty compared to the La Roche-Posay. It's because it does not contain zinc, okay? So it tends to melt into your skin much easier than the La Roche-Posay. But it has a lovely little scent. It does have fragrance, FYI. Oh, also, I just wanted to point out, there also is this sort of trend on social media that alcohols are bad for your skin. Panthenol is actually the alcohol form of vitamin B5. So not all alcohols are bad for your skin. So if you guys start reading through ingredient lists and being like, well, alcohol is one of the highest ingredients on your ingredient list, it doesn't matter. It's not all alcohols are created equal. And one day we'll do a deep dive into the alcohols in skincare, but that's not today's topic. So that one is Cica Biafine. Purito actually has this one, which is their Dermide Cica Barrier Sleeping Pack. And this one has centella in it. It helps to lock in moisture. It has ceramides, it has HA, but it also has Panthenol, which I had to do an actual deep dive on their box to just double check. Give me a second, boom, it's right there. But they're never gonna sit down and publicize it because HA, like we said, has a higher search engine optimization than Panthenol ever will. But this also has Panthenol. So if you're looking for one for your hands, I probably would use this more on my body and my hands and my face, but it's a nice one. It has very light scent, okay? Moving on. There is also a product by a certain professor that it costs $1 bajillion. I've used this, I've tried it, I actually like it. And I tell my patients, if you want an eye cream to help with plumping of your eyes and fine lines, or if you have crepey skin, buy the small bottle because it's literally half the price and a little bit goes a long way. But I was also very excited to learn when I was going through the ingredients that it does contain Panthenol. And this is by Augustinus Bader. And this is their rich cream. So I buy the small one, I never buy the big one. And especially around the eyes in winter, when it gets really, really dry, or if you have irritations, I do a tiny little dab just like this to get it all in. Because it does definitely help with the elasticity of your skin. And then I put a little bit here because the neck tends to get crepey fastest in this area. But Augustinus Bader contains Panthenol as well as their proprietary TFC, whatever they call it. Okay, so that is that. Then finally, there is an actual eye cream with Panthenol, which is the M61. And this Hydra Boost Eye Concentrate does contain vitamin B5, and it is actually featured, and they talk about it in their box, in their packaging. Vitamin B5 binds water to the skin, helping to replenish the skin's moisture level. Well, you guys would have known that. You guys would have known that without reading this because you've watched this video. But this one actually has a whole eye cream with Panthenol in it. And now for the fun stuff, because if that was not fun enough, for your body, I love this Aquaphor ointment. Aquaphor is obviously a thick ointment that you guys know, but this comes in a spray form. So I do use this after the shower to help seal in the moisture. And interestingly, it is loaded in Panthenol as well as glycerin. So this one is a favorite. It is not vegan friendly because of the lanolin alcohol in it, but if you're not vegan and you don't mind, this one is actually great for your body. Then we have the Aveeno. Aveeno has the restorative skin therapy, and this one as well has Panthenol as well. Just double checking. Boom. Panthenol's right here, as well as their famous Avena sativa oat extract to help soothe any sort of skin woes. I don't know what the word is, but that one is the Aveeno. My hands are gonna be so soft and plump. And then last, we have two things. I did mention a nail product. So I interviewed this lady on a series that I do called One Night Stand on Instagram, where I interview founders of beauty brands. And Deborah Lippman was a pleasure to interview. The story, her live or her interview is up on my Instagram handle under my IGTVs. But she has this product called The Cure. And The Cure is an ultra-nourishing cuticle repair cream loaded in, ding, you got it, Panthenol. So if you have weak nails, this right here can actually help your nail plate. Because if you massage it at night into your cuticles, you're gonna deliver better hydration, and it can definitely help. So if you have cracked nails, or if you're somebody who's washing your hands a lot throughout this time, you wanna make sure that you're locking in moisture. Okay, and actually delivering goodies or goodness to your nails. But Deborah Lippman has this one called The Cure. It is a cuticle nail cream loaded in Panthenol as well. So I thought that was interesting. She's a very smart woman. She seemed lovely when I interviewed her online. And hair, we talked about Pantene Pro V, but also interesting, Grande Lash has Panthenol in it to help make your hair fuller, more elastic, more supple, especially on your eyebrows because you want to tame them, and your eyelashes. So interesting tidbit right there. So with all of that said, if you are a dry, chap, cracked human being this winter, look no further than trying to find a product with any one of these products loaded in Panthenol to make your skin smooth as a dewy dumpling. And who says dewy dumpling? What's her name? Nambo, the makeup artist. But yeah, smooth as a dewy dumpling so that you can have irritation-free winter. With that, I am Dr. Shereene Idriss. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys all next week. Have a beautiful Saturday.